I'm CT. When I'm not busy being Arroe, the podcaster, I live in the real world. I mean, everybody has to have a job, right? Mine just happens to be C.S Customer Service. You know, solutions, relationships, while keeping my team pumped up and motivated to keep a constant connection with each and every person who has chosen to stop into our location. Episode number 138, Ice Freezer Hell, Meat Crimes, and Call My Bank. This is C.T.C.S.
Transition walk, day number 1 out of 4. Ooh. The week before Memorial Day weekend. The question is, are people going to take next week off? And if they are, that means they're going to be shopping like a wild-ass southern storm this weekend. It's been a busy week. Lots of interviews, about 21. And now I have to drop that podcasting lifestyle and go hang out with a bunch of people in a grocery store. You know, the positive in this is that I believe the grocery store is the place where community comes together. It's not at the church. It's not at a city council meeting. Everybody comes to a grocery store. Not everybody goes to the other things I mentioned. So you've got to go in there with the attitude of, let's create a connection.
I hear a commotion this morning, and I go to the exit, and I look outside, and I see a Mercedes SUV backed into a smaller Honda, and this guy gets out. They're both older people, and the guy's like 6'6".
Ooh.
Yeah, and he's very nice when he comes in here, and he was just yelling. I could hear him in the store through all the windows and shit. And I guess he was coming down the lane, and she was going to back out. She waved him by. He passed her and stopped so he could turn left. And she just went ahead and continued to back out, and she put a small dent in his bumper. You could see it. And there was this whole he's out there just chastising her and yelling at her. And I heard him go, "I demand your full name." And it was hard to understand her because she was speaking broken English. And people are coming in, they're like, "Hey, you need to go do something about that." And I'm like, "Hey, the cops are on the way. There's not a whole lot we can do." She was just leaving after coming in and asking to see the camera, and just about gotten another accident pulling out.
Jeez. Wow. And, you know, in reality, it's not even the store's fault.
No, not at all.
It's out there.
We just happened to have a camera pointed where it happened.
Yeah.
But, you know, I understand the frustration, but just own up to it. You know, the cops determine you caused an accident. There's not a whole lot you can do after that.
Yeah. A couple of episodes ago, we talked about how the ice machine was making these god-awful sounds. I mean, just screaming away. Well, guess what? I'm on ice patrol right now. I'm back here. We have to come back to this gigantic warehouse of ice cold to get the ice. It's freezing in here. Holy crap. Do you hear that motor running? But this is what we're going to have to do, and we're just starting a brand new weekend, so we're all going to be huffing and puffing and cooling off back here. Either that or freezing our asses off. So he took one look at you and decided that he was going to put the stuff back. Yeah. That's an unprofessional theft.
Well, he ain't a real crook. A real crook will steal it anyway.
There's going to be a lot of that. And the reason why is because, you know, inflation is still through the roof crazy. And, you know, since people are finding out that we don't have security anymore, they just automatically come to the store and see if they can get away with it. Was the ice machine down for you yesterday?
Yes.
So you had to run back and get ice too?
No.
There's a sign on there now, so we're running back and forth. When somebody buys ice, we have to go back and get it out of the freezer.
Oh, no, we didn't have any yesterday because it all melted.
Wow. So
We had to have come in.
So I'm glad you got your big old heavy coat on, because that freezer is cold.
I know.
Too bad there isn't a place where we can store the ice so we don't have to go back to one bag at a time.
The freezer and the deli, that's jam-packed with stuff.
Yeah. And you can't put it back there with the milk.
No. It's not cold enough.
We're going to do one bag at a time. Hopefully you're strong this weekend.
Give me a cart. I'll be fine.
Holly the ice girl.
Give me a cart. I'll be fine.
We've talked about this a few thousand times. People don't like doing self-checkout. I mean, you go down there, you know, you've got 9 different registers that you're keeping an eye on, and your anxiety level goes through the roof. Well, what's happened is that we have one of our young bucks who has contacted his doctor and said that it is, you know, it's really bothering him deeply that he has put in self-checkout, and now he's got a doctor's note that says he doesn't have to do it. He doesn't have to do it anymore. So now, how that affects the team is that when there's nobody to go to self-checkout, who do we do? You put somebody from customer service over there then until somebody comes in, or you just end up, you know, being there for the rest of the night.
and it's saying that there's another bag that she knows that she didn't leave anything here, and that I didn't hand her one of her bags, and that I only handed her one, and that she's like, I don't understand why the meat department people like, you can get better meat than me. Like, why are you guys gonna steal $40 of my hard-earned money from me? And I'm like, I don't steal shit through that. I handed her both bags that she fucking gave me. I put them in the cooler. They stayed in the cooler the whole time until she came by, and then I gave them back to her. You can see them on the security camera. Okay. But I will not deal with people accusing me of stealing.
So let's do this. Let's solve it. What is she asking for? She's asking for
she had some kind of marked down steaks and like a thing of pork neck bones that she bought.
We got pork neck bones. That's what she wanted. Pork neck bones.
And she said she had 2 marked down steaks, and I asked her if she knew what marked down steaks were.
Thank you. I'll be done.
But I don't know what kind of steaks they were.
Okay. When she gets here, we're gonna ask.
Well, she says she doesn't want to come back for them. I guarantee you she's going to get in her fucking car and it's going to smell like rancid-ass meat tomorrow.
Guess what?
She found the meat.
She found the meat in her car.
In the car, just like you said. Oh,
That's why I told her she needs to apologize to him in person.
She hurt him.
Yes.
She hurt his feelings really bad. You could hear that how much. I mean, she is notorious for losing things.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. So now, who gets reprimanded?
She should.
Yeah.
Because they're not supposed to hold stuff back there.
Yeah.
That's not their responsibility.
Right. Yeah, but they hold it from me when I get here and there's meat on sale. But I tell them I'm going to put it in a certain place.
Right.
And then but I don't put it in a bag.
Right. And she puts it in a bag and we'll forget it.
Was she?
She's done it multiple times.
Did she really mean I'm sorry?
I probably not.
Okay, because you said she was yelling.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Because she started yelling in my ear.
We talked about this the other day. They were cleaning and stripping the floors here, and so that meant that they had to get these special tools to, go way deep underneath the shelves, and all of that stuff was coming out. Well, I was gone yesterday, and you would think that they would have put things away. They did not. They were waiting for me to come back, and that's exactly what I'm doing right now, is I'm putting all of this stuff away. Transition walk, day number 2 out of 4. Man, it's been busy inside the podcast studio. Spent some time with Drew Taylor. He's an entertainment journalist talking about the new movies that are coming out this summer. Please go watch these movies. Man, we need to get back into that theater action. Then I spent time with a bee whisperer. Yeah, you've heard of a horse whisperer? This guy's a bee whisperer. And his name is Lance Davis. And it's National Bee Day. So that's the reason why we do stuff like that. And then we're off to C.S. Locating Solutions inside a world that is consuming a lot. Is it too much? Ooh. The weekend is here, and I told you yesterday, I told you on the first episodes that, they didn't have the ice machine up front fixed yet, and so that means that the weekend's here and everybody's getting 5 to 10 bags of ice, and that means spending a lot of time in this cold-ass freezer. What's going on with the guy in the meat department?
So I think he's relatively new. I mean, he's been here a couple months, but he's also kind of lazy. And so they have clams that are, half of them are broken.
Yeah.
And so the other day a customer came up and said, hey, the guy in the meat department said you can change the price on them since half of them are broken. And I was like, I'll have to get somebody. I don't have the power to make that choice. And so we fixed it the other day with another manager, and then today he did it again. And I'm like, can someone go tell him to stop doing that shit? He's like, he has a machine. He can print the price out.
He could. Rightly so. And then there's no questions asked. 4th trip in a half an hour into the ice house. Man. So the MOD said it's actually just a little bit below 0 in here. So you come in here without a jacket on, and it's like for one brief moment you go from your 98.6 to below 0. That's what I feel like. The man visibly has a credit card. He wants us to call the bank, American Express, to find out how much is on there. But first of all, I don't know what his PIN number is. Second of all, I don't know what his birth date is. And they're going to ask me a ton of questions.
Yeah, and then he comes to me and he goes, can you do it? And I go, do what? And I go, is this a gift card? And he goes, no. I go, is it a credit card? And he goes, yeah, I can't check your fucking credit card. Like, there's an 800 number on there. Flip it over. You call them. It's your shit.
Yeah. Because
you want me to wipe your ass when you go take a shit too?
Yeah.
I mean, Jesus fucking Christ, man.
I almost feel like Sammy Davis Jr. singing The Candy Man. I've been putting the candy up for the past hour. I'm the Candy Man. The Candy Man. Oh, the Candy Man.
What you do in a grocery store? If the average person knew the expectations, that's what makes it fun. It's never the same day. Velvet Taco Friday. We've been waiting a long time for this particular taco. This will be the final one that's on the menu. We've tried them all, and Tristan has already told me that this one is really messy. You can see that it's got the Mexican corn, and it's a gigantic chunk of salmon, and it looks like there could be some tartar sauce or something in it, but she says it's absolutely 100% messy. Oh my God. That's as fresh as you can get. That salmon is really nice. It tastes like it's like a baked salmon, but it's the combination of the Mexican corn and everything else that's in it that really gives this thing a thing. I can't wait to find out what Tristan has to say. Wow, this has gone full circle. The gentleman that came in today and yelled at new guy Bill and I because we wouldn't, do a little background check on his American Express, to find out how much money he had left. He comes in tonight and he literally just tells us, he says, look, I wrote you guys a bad check. I really want to give you some money so that it doesn't look bad on me. And what he did was he gave us a deposit slip. Not a check, a deposit slip. And we had to explain to him in 15 minutes that that's not what's supposed to be happening. We need physical money on this. What was the name of the taco?
So it was grilled salmon.
Yeah.
I feel like they forgot to toast the corn tortilla, heat it up a little bit because it kind of fell apart. It was a little messy, but the flavor has potential.
Yeah.
The only reason why I say it has potential is because mine had a lot of veggies on it.
Yeah.
So the veggies almost overpowered the fish.
Okay. Yeah, but man, that fish
was so good because I tried it by itself just so I could get a flavor of the fish. Yeah. And that fish is really good. And it wasn't one of those pre-cooked salmon things that they just throw in a microwave.
Yeah.
They made it on the
That was real salmon.
It was real salmon, like we would order from our butcher here at the store. It was good.
If it was in a regular tortilla shell, would you have enjoyed it? Because the corn thing that kind of took me in a different direction.
Well, see, I like corn tortillas, and it was so hard. It's so chewy.
Yeah.
Not hard. It's just, if you understand what I'm saying about a corn tortilla, if you forget to heat it up, then it makes it just weird, like a weird texture.
Would you do it again?
I would. But I think I'm going to, next time whenever we do it, I'm going to ask for a flour tortilla, see if that changes it.
Yeah.
But the peppers in there, I don't know what they used for those peppers, but they were good.
I'm still smoking.
They were so good. I was like, why can't I find these really good peppers to go on my sandwiches at home?
Transition walk, day number 3 out of 4. The one thing about being a podcaster, there's so many different lifestyles that are connected to this. Some people like to go in the studio once a week, once a month, maybe twice a week. They've got producers, they've got teams. I think it's the radio guy in me that puts me in that studio every single day, literally every single day. And the reason why is because we always did that thing in radio where you worked on Saturdays and Sundays. So going in that studio is just everything I've been doing for 44 years. But busy day. Had to transfer a couple of interviews I did while on lecture tour. And you still take the Zoom equipment with you, and you still talk to people around the world. And then I had to do this show, C.T.C.S. It's recorded on a smartphone, but then you've got to transfer it to the hard drive for future use. Yeah, podcasting. And then you go to CS. I just don't see eye to eye with both personalities and both dreams of having success. Yeah, number 3, inside the tundra. Cold as hell in here. But I think I've been saying that now for a couple of days, right? Holy crap. No word yet on them even fixing the machine yet. But it seems that CT is the one that gets to go to the freezer all the time. Everybody else, CT, we're going to go to the freezer and get some ice. CT, get some ice. We haven't done one of these in a while. Pet peeve of the week. Things that get underneath my skin very quickly. Hey, sir, this is the only oatmeal that you have that's over there, and you can tell that it's open. Man, I'm so sorry that it's open. Can you go back into the back of the store and see if you have any more? Well, I can't tell them the truth because I've gotten in trouble with the MODs because I say, no, there's nothing back there. And the MODs say, just do customer service, dude. Just go back there and just pretend you're looking. It's not back there because everything is out here on the shelves. But you play that game. You go back here. I take a look, I benefit of the doubt. But then when you go back, oh, I'm so sorry, man, it's the only one. And you just go, I could have saved about 30 steps. I am convinced that Zen is going to put themselves right out of business.
They might. I don't think it's a shortage. I think there was something with the FDA.
Really?
Yeah. I think that's what I read.
So the government is stepping in.
Yeah.
Something so good that I've never tried it, but everybody just thinks it's the greatest thing on the planet, and now it's not available.
Yeah.
So what is it? Chemicals? Or is that what I mean? Is that like vaping?
I'm not quite sure. I just kind of like glanced at the headline. So it did something about the FDA.
Well, will you try one of these Grizzlies and tell me what it tastes like?
Absolutely not.
You can try it,
No.
can't you?
No.
Well, you smoke, so you should be able to do the chew.
No. Smoke and chew are two totally different things.
Transition walk, day number 4 out of 4. Whew. I pray for all people in retail. The stress, the anxiety, the people who will lie to you in the face and then chastise you for not believing in your grace. Wow. I think I'm more exhausted this week because I'm currently on the other side of my life on a 4-week tour, a lecture tour, to share the message with future broadcasters. And so, it's been 7 days a week now for like 3 weeks in a row. So, and you know something? The majority of the people in retail, they're no different than me. They're working 2 to 5 different jobs. Because that's the new America. Something that always puts you in a pretty good mood when you first arrive to the store on day number 4 is when you see these guests that are coming in every single night. And one of them pulls me aside first thing and says, "Man, you guys look like you're having the greatest time here." He says, "I really am looking for a second job. Are you guys hiring? Because I would love to be a part of a team that's laughing, that's talking, that's working with people." And you just sit there and you just have this sense of pride. It's like, wow, they do notice.
Ma'am, like I said, I'll give you the regular money back, but I'm not double the money back. Ma'am, I've worked for 25 years, ma'am. Okay. Okay. Ma'am, you can do what you want, but I'm telling you, I'll give you a regular refund, and that's all I'm going to do. So, I said I'll give you a regular refund, and that's all I'm going to do.
You totally called that one out. You knew it was a scam.
Yeah, well, they dealt with the lady. You know the lady that comes in and gets them?
Oh, yeah, we were looking at the pictures of her last night on Facebook. Yeah.
So I got a feeling he's with her, and she sent him in here.
So what do they do with the product now that it's left the building?
Oh, they're going to throw it away.
Unbelievable. It was over $100, wasn't it?
$140.
Jesus. And they want to double the money back. Absolutely, by far, this was one of the worst Easter egg days. An Easter egg is when your guests are shopping in the store and they don't put the items back where they found it. They'll stick it behind cereal boxes, behind sodas. They'll stick it wherever they want to, including sushi, which we always find in the freezer section. We had one gigantic basket full of Easter eggs today. And guess who gets to put it away? The put-back king. That's right, me. The family we had problems with earlier today when it came to bringing back the cheese and the fruit, they just hit us again. And this time around, I said, no, I'm not going to give you double the money back. You didn't even buy this chicken from this store at all. If you want double your money back, you need to go back to where you bought this and talk to the manager there. But here, no, I'm not going to do that for you. Hey, if you don't mind, I'm going to go back there and throw out the rest of that pretty nice so that we don't have to chase this ice storm that we've been doing all weekend.
Okay with that. I've only brought up 50 fucking bags today. But you know what gets me is like, any other thing that's broken in here, it's fucking fixed within 24 hours. This shit's going on like 4 or 5 days.
Yeah.
Memorial Day is our biggest selling day of ice all year long.
Next week.
I'm not doing that shit next week, so they better have it fixed. And every time I complain, and yes, I've been complaining, they laugh and they ignore me. They won't respond. And I'm like, no one else is going to go get this shit.
Yeah, I looked at an MOD yesterday, and I said, hey, look, I'm going to slip back there, and then I'm going to sue the shit out of you guys.
The only thing that kills me is when I walk all the way fucking back there, go in there and grab a bag and come out, and as soon as I deliver it up here, hey, we need 3 more bags.
Yeah, that's it.
Like, what the fuck?
Major crisis in floral right now. Nobody to wrap the flowers, and usually it's the produce department that will come through and go help out the people. But the people in produce are going, I'm not helping. We're too busy. We're not going to help out in the floral department today. So there's a big battle right now. Why do you keep saying there's a baby smoking a cigar?
I think it's funny as shit. So I get on the radio and I keep saying there's a baby smoking a cigar in the parking lot, holding an umbrella.
Well, what's funny is that everybody's starting to respond to you. They're coming up with their own one-liners.
It's just that mental image to me is so fucking funny of like a baby standing in the parking lot smoking a cigar. and I was getting everybody with it the first time I did it. They're like, what? And they're all walking out to the window to
well, it was me.
Yeah, I fell for it. Good job. but it's just hilarious.
Well, there you have it. Another exciting edition of C.T.C.S. Man, when I took that transition walk earlier today, and I said, we're going to go out there and hang out with the liars, the people that are going to do whatever they can to steal from you. I didn't expect it to be as bad as what it was today, especially when it came to the cheese and fruit lady, and then they come back and they do the chicken. And, God, it gets under your skin. It gets into your soul. And then you go, look, you got tomorrow off. The next 3 days, figure out a way to recharge those batteries, because remember, it's all about the solutions. Hey, do me a favor, create your own podcast. Let the world know what's going on behind your curtain. Let us see your wizard, because to me, that's where conversations begin. When you let out the truth, set it free. Let us know what you guys do at your place. See you next week.